Just 30 seconds of Coca-Cola, my basil came back to life like gardening has taught me many things. One of them is never underestimate a weird trick, especially when it involves Coca-Cola. I know what you're thinking. Coca-Cola is for drinking, right? What does it have to do with growing plants? Trust me, I used to think that too. Until one day, I tried something I never thought I would. It all started with a few pots of Thai basil I was growing on my balcony. The leaves were lush, fragrant, and vibrant. Every time I picked a few to toss into a bowl of noodles or salad, I felt like I had a little herb garden straight out of Southeast Asia. But then the plants started getting tall and weak. The stems were thin, and the leaves got smaller. I knew it was time to trim them and propagate new cuttings. Something I'd done many times before. Snip a healthy stem, soak it in water, wait 5 to 7 days for roots, then plant. But this time, I remembered a strange tip I'd seen online. Dip your basil cutting in Coca-Cola for 30 seconds, then plant it straight in soil. No water rooting needed. It sounded ridiculous, but I love experiments. Gardening is full of curiosity, after all. I picked my healthiest basil stem, about 6 inches long. I took a cold can of Coca-Cola from the fridge, poured out a small amount. Then I dipped the cut end of the basil into the Coke for exactly 30 seconds, counting in my head. After taking it out, I let it drain for a minute or two, then planted it directly into soft, well-drained potting soil. No rooting powder, no sugar water, nothing else. Just Coke and dirt. Honestly, I wasn't expecting much. I figured the stem would wilt in a day or two. But then, day 1, I misted the soil lightly and placed the pot in bright, indirect light. The cutting stayed upright. Day 2, the leaves were still green. No wilting. Day 3, the stem stood strong and the color deepened. I even saw tiny new leaves forming. By day 5, I gently moved the soil aside and there they were. White roots, fragile but growing, right at the base of the stem. I was shocked, in the best way. Just 30 seconds of Coca-Cola and the basil cutting not only survived, but it rooted directly in the soil, faster than most of my water-grown ones. Why did it work? Maybe the sugar in the Coke gave the stem a quick energy boost. Maybe the mild acidity helped sanitize the cut. Maybe the caffeine even woke up the dormant cells in the stem. But most importantly, only 30 seconds. Any longer, and the Coke might have harmed the cutting. Any shorter, and it might not have done anything. Now, that Coke-dipped basil is healthy, rooted, and pushing out fresh leaves in my balcony pot, as if it was never cut in the first place. And I can't help but think, all it took was a little curiosity, a little Coke, and a basil stem. Nature really responds when you dare to try something different. Would I recommend this? Absolutely. You don't have to pour Coke on your whole garden. But try one stem, just one, and you might be as surprised as I was.